What if I told you the most powerful idea in human history wasn't the wheel, the sword, or the king? It was the sewer, the public bath, the standard brick. Imagine opening a history textbook and the greatest legacy of the ancient world is on pyramids reaching for the gods, but perfect, silent cities built for people. Cities so rationally planned, so immaculately clean, they make our modern metropolises look like chaotic afterthoughts. This isn't fantasy. This was almost our reality. Welcome to the greatest what-if of them all. What if the Indus Valley Civilization, the quiet geniuses of the ancient world, never fell? What if their vision became the template for everything? To understand that future, we have to stand at their moment of crisis. Around 1900 BCE, the people of Mohenjo-Daro and Harappa weren't praying for a warrior king to save them. They were looking at drying rivers and shifting monsoons. Their civilization was an old miracle of common sense: uniform weights for fair trade, covered drains for public health, and cities laid out in neat grids that ignored social hierarchy. No colossal statues of pharaohs here, their grandeur was in the flow of clean water. But the climate was changing. The rivers that fed their perfect order were dying. In our timeline, they slowly packed up and faded away, their secrets buried in dust. Here, at this precipice, is where our paths diverge. The moment the planners, not the priests, had to make a choice. So what did they do? They didn't panic. They didn't start worshiping a thunder god. They convened a council, unrolled their clay maps, and got to work. The Harappan answer to collapse was more Harappa. They became hydrological geniuses, engineering a network of canals and stepwells to outsmart the drought. They adapted their dense urban grids into greener, more sustainable garden cities. They didn't just survive the crisis, they weaponized their bureaucracy against it. And within a generation, something incredible happened. Traders from Mesopotamia, from the chaotic, palace-driven city-states of the Tigris, came east and saw it, a civilization that worked. They didn't see conquered slaves or gold-laden tombs. They saw citizens who lived in clean homes and walked safe streets. And they wanted the blueprint. This is where the ripple becomes a wave. Think about it. What spreads along trade routes instead of swords? Ideas, standards. Harappan model becomes the ancient world's killer app. A Mesopotamian king doesn't just build a bigger ziggurat to prove his power. He builds a better sewage system and a standardized marketplace. Conquest becomes less about claiming land and more about franchising good governance. The very idea of power is rewritten. Technology leaps forward in public works, not warfare. Imagine gears made of baked ceramic, lifting water for entire neighborhoods. Imagine a world where the most famous ancient text isn't an epic poem about an angry hero, but a riveting manual on watershed management and civic arbitration. The core value isn't glory. It's balance, measure, civic duty. Fast forward to their 2024. What does it look like? The map is a patchwork of city-state federations, not monolithic empires. The news headlines are wildly different. Sarasvati Basin Commission approves new water share algorithm. The big blockbuster film? A tense political thriller about auditors uncovering corruption in a public grain depot. The celebrity on every screen is the chief urban hydrologist of Mohenjo-Daro Metro. Global conflicts are fought with data, over water rights and trade standard violations, with targeting civilian infrastructure seen as the ultimate barbarism. It's a world of stunning, human-scale order. A world that likely never knew the horror of a pyramid built on the backs of slaves or the chaos of a fallen empire. But you have to wonder, did they lose something to gain that sanity? Where is their Mona Lisa, born from a burst of rebellious genius? Where is their moonshot, born from wild, irrational ambition? Our history, for all its violence and inequality, is a roller coaster of individual brilliance and terrible beauty. Theirs is a high-speed train of collective wisdom, efficient, safe, and always on time. So here's the question this whole experiment leaves us with, the one I want you to argue about in the comments. Is the ultimate triumph of a species to produce dazzling, lonely giants? Or to build a society where no one needs to be a giant to live a good life? What's more human, the pyramid or the public bath? Let us know. And if you want to bend history again with us, subscribe and tell us what fragile moment we should rewrite next.